Hi, everybody.
Hello.
I'm Spikeghetti.
I am JayKay.
What's up, nudes? This is Addison.
Oh, he's the nudes. You gotta love it.
Yeah.
We're back again, and we're doing another quick podcast on the new Kingdom Hearts trailers that come out in the last week or so. With the craziest one being the one that came out at 2 a.m. America time here in the U.S. and in Japanese, but for the Tokyo Game Show is what it's from.
Yes.
Which we got a smaller, not really the same trailer, but a smaller trailer before that, like last week.
Just a little taste.
Yeah, a little tasty taste, and they said, hey, there'll be more. So we want to kind of go over each trailer real quick, talk about what we think of things, maybe theorize some stuff, just talk about whatever.
Yeah.
So the first trailer, this is the first time we've seen Big Hero 6 besides that one piece of concept art with Dark Baymax and regular Baymax going at each other.
Yeah.
Addison, what did you think of the Big Hero 6 component of this trailer?
I thought it looked awesome. I had actually just watched that movie for the first time, I don't know, a couple months ago.
Uh-huh.
Just I guess maybe it was in preparation for this, but it was also just on TV. So I watched it, and good movie. And from what I understand, it looks like this is almost like a continuation of the story after the movie.
Yeah, definitely.
Incorporating Kingdom Hearts. And I mean, not only does the story sound super cool, but I mean, it looks just amazing, doesn't it? I mean, the graphics,
it looks like the movie
that they've shown.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, all the worlds so far have looked, pretty much movie quality. And, it was really impressive what they've done with this game.
Or like better.
Right. Yeah, or better, yeah. Like Toy Story almost, I mean, definitely better than the original Toy Story, that's for sure. I don't know about Toy Story 3, but I thought the Big Hero 6 stuff looked cool, and we'll talk more about that too when we get to the second trailer because they showed a lot more of it in there. What I thought was interesting and what I noticed is there's nanotechnology is a big part of Big Hero 6. But this evil nanotechnology, it looks just like the blocks from Recoded.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
The reddish blocks, they're literally the blocks from Recoded. So I don't know if they're just trying to tie that in to make Recoded more important than it is.
Man, I hope not.
Yeah.
I think it's just a callback.
You think it's just a callback? That's
like,
oh, we remember this from Recoded, but it's not going to mean anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be that makes sense. I'd be fine with that. No big deal.
They didn't show a lot of footage of this, but the Keyblade you use in the Big Hero 6 world looks wild.
Yeah, it looks dope.
Like you ride it like a hoverboard at some point.
Yeah, it's called like the Nano Blade or something like that, or I can't remember what it. I mean, you can screenshot, get a screen grab of when he's using that Keyblade, and it'll always say the name in that bottom left corner. I want to say it was like Nano Blade or something like that.
That sounds right. And it's still all Japanesey, so that might not be the official name of it, but
yeah, it looks a lot like the last Keyblade you get when you play as Terra in BBS.
It
really
does.
Cool.
It does look like that a lot. But some of the attacks he was using that look wild. Baymax is your companion in this world.
Yeah.
You can ride him like an animal. You can just get on him and ride him, and he just flies into things. That they didn't show like too many details of it, but they showed us enough to go, this is going to be cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it looks awesome. I mean, the different. I mean, it's just adding. I think the last time we've talked about the game in general is just the different forms of gameplay that they're bringing to the table. The variety is just astounding, and now they're just adding more to it. It's making me if I could get any more excited, I definitely am.
Right. So then the trailer moves on to a clip from Monsters Inc. with Randall, the bad lizard boy from Monsters Inc. And then to Tangled, where Finn from Flynn. I said Finn. It's Flynn from Tangled is like, oh, I'm good at escaping. And then we get to Toy Story, and something that I thought was interesting. Young Xehanort tells them, I have more to observe. I can't let you leave yet.
Yeah.
And he's telling them.
Yeah, that was confusing. Yeah, I didn't know what that was all about.
Well, from what I understand, he's studying how the toys themselves in this world have hearts and become, connected to hearts.
Right.
And my guess is that has something to do with another famous puppet-style person in Shion. I don't know that for a fact, but that's my hunch on it.
Okay.
Is that's why he's studying that, because they're just, these guys are just looking for vessels. They're just looking for warm bodies to put Xehanort into. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that'd
Also,
be my guess.
I like to point out there's like a bunch of video games in the background when he's saying that, and one of them kind of looks like Mortal Kombat, vaguely.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Oh, I'm sure they're gonna throw in all sorts of like
Easter
kind of cool
eggs,
little
yeah.
Easter egg type style stuff.
Yeah, they in the Toy Story world, in the demo they did, there was a whole display of Dissidia action figures, so it was just like Cloud and Sephiroth and like as action figures in that store. And I thought that would be a cool way for them to do like a secret boss where you're fighting the action figure version of Sephiroth or whatever
Oh, that would be dope.
in Toy Story as a secret,
Yeah.
That I think that would be cool.
That would be really
We'll
cool.
see if they end up doing that or not. So then they start showing some gummy ship stuff, which I thought looked really cool. It showed quite a few different designs. There was a Moogle design. There's Ultros from Final Fantasy VI design. Lots of different stuff. And then the gummy ship stuff actually looks really cool and really in depth.
Yeah.
What did you think about that stuff, Addison?
Well, I mean, without knowing the actual controls, I'm curious to see how different it will be compared to like KH2, because it really looks kind of similar, just much more polished and refined.
Right.
But I'm sure they're going to throw a twist in there to make it new
Yeah.
and exciting.
There's a clip towards the very end where it kind of looks like you're kind of like free roaming in it.
Yeah.
And he's like kind of shooting asteroids.
It
You
looks
know,
more Star Fox-esque than it has in the previous games.
Yeah, I feel like there's like the on rails like missions and stuff you have to do where it's very clear you're not fully in control. But then I feel like there might be some other type of mode where you have more control, like more of
Yeah,
like an
I wonder-
exploration type thing.
I wonder if it'll be similar to the original and second reincarnation of it, in the sense that as far as when you're doing the gummy ship, it really has no tie-in to anything other than the fact that you're supposed to be traversing to
I think
one world to another.
Yeah, I think they're gonna change how it's like you choose what world you want to go to. Like I feel like they're gonna actually fill in the space where there's like get from one world to another, based on just how that like the like movement was when it shows like the asteroid and stuff. Like I feel like okay, yeah, you can like explore in between the different worlds and stuff like that. Like there's like stuff to collect, like blow up these asteroids and you get like gummy pieces and like stuff like that.
Yeah,
That
that'd
would be
be
kinda cool.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that. I don't know
Because
that that's what
otherwise,
it is.
in
but
every game, it's just you just fly to that world on like the
Yeah,
little
it's
path.
on rails
yeah.
pretty much.
Well,
Right?
well, I'm less optimistic than you about it in that regard.
I just think it's something that a lot of people have kind of like overlooked as like a part of gameplay
Right.
that they might change.
Right, but I think you think about the last time they did something traversing between worlds in Dream Drop Distance, it was the
drops.
The drops.
Oh yeah.
Right, and that again was on rails. So that my thing, he's used these other games to kind of experiment with what he wants to make Kingdom Hearts 3 into.
Yeah.
And so it'd be surprising to me if he went so off the rails with the gummy ships like that when he didn't try anything like that in any of the other games. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I feel like just from seeing that clip, it's like around like 110 in the first trailer. I just think it would be really cool.
Yeah, I agree. That would be awesome. So moving on, the trailer then ends with this quick barrage of scenes where there's Vanitas. He says the words, "Only when your hopes have been broken by battle upon battle." I forget how he ends it. Can the key to Kingdom Hearts be claimed?
I think
And
he
it
said
shows a
something
bunch
similar.
of smaller clips. What?
I think he said something similar to that before in
When?
a previous trailer.
Oh, yeah, that's possible. But that's where, when they talked about this next trailer being an extended version, all those clips and that quick part are actually extended in this next trailer we're going to talk about. So I don't know that we can really say much about that until we see the extended version. So we're just going to move on to that next trailer. Because this is the real meat and potatoes of what happened here or what's going on right now. We start with this this chessboard that made a brief it made a brief stop in the first trailer. We looked at it. But this one we get a much better view of it, and it's clear these chess pieces are representing certain characters. With the lone chess piece of Ericus as being the crown that Sora is known for.
Yeah.
I looked at this and I thought, man, does that mean we're going to lose every good character and it's just going to be Sora at that point?
And Donald and
That's
Goofy.
it kind of seems like that's what they're alluding to, doesn't
Right.
it?
It really does, because I mean, for one, Ericus is terrible at chess. Two, that's how this works. And second of all, third of all, I don't think either of them know how chess really works, because they say checkmate, and then Ericus goes, "It's my move, right?" No, dude. Checkmate means the game's over. That's not.
He thinks the game's over. That's the idea.
But you don't say checkmate unless you know the game's over.
That
You
happens
say
a lot,
check.
though. A lot of people will
Okay,
think
so you're saying Xehanort is just being cocky about, and he thinks he's checkmated
he thinks
him,
he's
and
won, but now he's about to lose 1v13.
yeah, I guess.
I don't think chess works that way.
Yes.
But, all right.
That would be wild if that's actually what happens.
Even though the king piece sucks.
I really think this is going to be kind of like a reoccurring part of Kingdom Hearts 3 in my mind. They're gonna,
as in like scenes from them playing chess when they were young is gonna like pop up throughout the story.
right. You defeat one of the 13 darknesses, and it shows Ericus knocking a piece off. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think that would be really cool.
Or just when Master Xehanort is winning and knocking off a piece.
Yeah, knocking off Aqua
Yeah.
or Riku maybe, or because there's no chess piece with mouse ears on it.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-mm.
And
There's not an Axel one.
yeah, and all these chess pieces represent different characters, and some of them you can make out pretty easily. Some of them I'm a little confused by.
Yeah, I was looking at that as well, especially with the darknesses. I didn't know what a lot of those
Right.
matched up with.
So, the main screen I'm looking at, you got Sora in the middle. You have like in the upper right corner, you have little knives,
Little Larxene knives.
little Larxene knives. So I'm assuming that's Larxene. On the left, you have two cubes, which to me are dice, and that's Lux Sword.
Dice. Yep.
The other ones, besides the ones up front, are obviously Seeker of Darkness, Xemnas, and Xehanort. Those three in the middle up front. Obviously,
Sure,
those
that
guys,
makes
right?
sense.
And you can kind of, if you get a better picture, one of them looks like the head of the his little Seeker of Darkness, his little ghosty guy that stands up behind him, you know?
Yes. Yep.
And then the other one, I don't know, it kind of looks like Xehanort's swords, but not really. But I'm assuming that's or not Xehanort, Xemnas' swords. And I'm assuming that top one's Xehanort, because I don't know who else it would be. Now, the other ones I'm confused by, because you got the hourglass, you got that sun-looking one, you got the gear broken in half, and then you have what looks like a wayfinder, which I'm assuming that would be Aqua
On the top left?
on the top right.
No, that's not the Wayfinder.
That
the
star?
Wayfinder's in the top left. That little shit you can see.
Oh, really?
People think that's a Wayfinder.
Well, what do they think this other star-shaped thing is?
Let me see.
Jason's looking up an article on Reddit you read earlier, or a post on Reddit. Do you have any idea, Addison, what these chess guys could be? What these different?
No, I really don't. I was looking at them, and I really was only able to really even give a guess to Larxene and Dice Boy.
Right. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, the one that looks like the sun, that's probably the moon.
Yeah.
And that's probably Syax.
Yeah.
Styax.
People think
Yep.
that's Syax.
The two gears, I'd like to say that is Zigbar.
That's
Could
not.
be.
That's not Pure Strength Boy.
I don't think he's
Pure
gonna
Strength
be...
Boy's not a
Okay,
bad
no,
guy.
that's Vanitas.
Oh, the gears are Vanitas?
Yeah, because that's what his Keyblade looks like.
Oh, you're right. That makes sense.
So, the one that kind of looks almost like a dragon head type thing, that's Master Xehanort. Then we have Xemnas. I don't see his on there.
Oh, the hourglass is young Xehanort.
Oh, yeah, because he's
Yep.
the master of time.
Yep. Okay.
Um,
And we got to remember, there's only 10 chess pieces on this now? Yeah, there's only 10. The one in the upper left we can't really see very well. So there's supposed to be 13. I'd really love to see a view of the white chess pieces
Right, yeah.
behind it,
yeah.
but they don't give us a good view of those.
That one that he places forward when he says checkmate, people think that's Terra.
Okay. I don't see why, but I guess I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, he does place
Oh,
that
it's
one
a
down.
flower. It's Marluxia. The one you're saying was like a wayfinder on the right.
Oh, that's Marluxia. Okay.
Yeah, that'd be Marluxia.
Yeah, I don't know. It's all confusing, right? But it's gonna make sense to us in a short couple of months here. So we got 19 weeks left till this game comes out.
Yeah.
Oh man, it can't come soon enough.
I know, 19 weeks. I actually I followed a account on Twitter that every day just tweets how many weeks and days there are till Kingdom Hearts. So that's how I know it's 19 weeks as of yesterday. Anyway, so we could talk about these chess pieces forever, so we're gonna move on because we got a good idea of what it is. Then we're back with more Big Hero 6 stuff. Sora, Donald, and Goofy kind of steal Big Hero 6's shtick by saying they're the key Hero 3, Keyblade Hero 3, which I think it's kind of like, come on guys, come up with your own name maybe. And also I thought it was funny that they're like giving this speech to this gigantic Heartless that probably has an IQ of 10.
Yeah, obviously has no idea what
He's
they're
just like
saying.
he's just like I'm gonna smash. He doesn't care. You know?
Darkness.
I've been playing a lot of Spider-Man, and it's hard not to watch like him running up buildings and shit and not think Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I mean the quality of graphically is honestly not that far behind probably.
No, it really isn't. Well, and it really makes me wonder how open this world is, because all the other worlds we've seen for the most part have been kind of contained spaces that were big,
Yeah.
like the Toy Story, the neighborhood and the toy store and Monsters Inc. factory, Tangled's like kind of in a valley,
Yeah.
But this just looks like a wide open, gigantic city.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, maybe there's just boundaries to it. But then even this mini game that they're showing, where you're collecting the rings, Sonic the Hedgehog style, that just makes the city look huge.
Yeah.
So I wonder how much we can actually explore this city.
Yeah, I mean worlds are supposed to be pretty large according to developers. So who
Right.
knows?
Yeah. Yeah, who knows what we're in store for here. Then we jump to the scene where they're eating ice cream on top of the bridge. And it reminds us of another trio eating ice cream. But when Roxas remembers, he remembers Hayner, Pence, and Olette,
Yeah.
and not Axel, which I found very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little strange.
Because
That's
Shion, he's not going to remember Shion for obvious reasons, because no one remembers Shion. But he's remembered.
I mean, everything that they've alluded to with Roxas coming back, right, is they talk about the data Twilight Town and that the data for Roxas still exists. I mean, it sounds to me like they're not going to really restore I don't know. Now we're getting into like some crazy stuff, but like, is it like just a piece of data that they're going to restore for Roxas that remembers his time in Data Traverse Town with Hayner, Olette, and Pence, and not the one that was part of the organization?
Yeah, and that must be the case because, and that's Roxas inside Sora's heart is remembering the fake time he had,
Right.
which I think is really interesting.
Yeah. And Hayner, Pence, and Olette like have no actual relationship with him.
Right. They barely know him. They meet him for a very short period of time in 358 over 2 days.
Yeah.
And Hayner's kind of a dick to him.
Yeah.
And they're not really friends. So it's very interesting that that's what they went with there instead of the 3 on the clock tower.
Right.
And then Sora's surprised that's what he sees when he looks at Hiro and Gogo and all them. And we're jumping to Riku, who says he can face the darkness now. And
they're in the realm of darkness.
God bless Mickey Mouse's Japanese voice actor, because he's great. And it just kind of a throwaway. Like, he says, I think it's you can control the darkness because you finally found the strength to protect the things that matter. It's important though that they show Riku in this trailer for a reason later, I think.
Yeah.
That we'll get to. Then we're jumping to a scene where they think Riku's calling them in the gummy ship, and it's Zexion.
Yeah.
And he says, "Hello, is this a bad time?" And
Sexy.
Sexy Zexy. And what I don't understand is how they have the technology for FaceTiming, but not caller ID.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
You can look at them face to face, but you don't know who's calling you.
Right.
I mean, that sounds like what if you answer that? You know, in a realistic.
Right. This is basically
application of
chat
that.
roulette.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's where I was going with it.
Yeah, Sexy Zexy stroking himself when
Yeah.
when you answer the phone. Oh, I'm sorry, I called the wrong number. I thought.
Yeah.
This,
How do you call the right person?
I thought this was Ansem the Wise I was calling.
I don't know.
Oh.
I think it's just like clever editing. I don't know. But
Oh, so you think it
I don't think those scenes happen in that order.
really? That's
Yeah.
interesting. Why do you say that?
It doesn't make sense. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I feel like it does. He's expecting. Oh,
We've seen like 3 clips where he's holding that in the
I
gummy
think
ship.
Sexy Zexy is going to be a much bigger part of this game than you realize.
Also, the more I see Sexy Zexy, the more he reminds me of Laguna.
Oh, from Final Fantasy VIII.
Yeah, and
yeah,
I
he's
love
kind of
Laguna.
he's kind of got that hair going, but gray. So they're sad it's not Riku. We have this throwaway part with Rapunzel touching the fluffy thing, and the spores pop out to attack her. And then we get Davy Jones.
Sparrow.
Davy Jones, which a lot of us theorized that Davy Jones was going to make an appearance in this game because they're
box and
looking
his
for the
heart and
box,
all
and,
that
and it
crap.
makes so much sense thematically.
And I called it months before.
You did call it months
You
before.
did.
You did.
That was pretty impressive.
Yeah, you called it before they even announced the Pirates of the Caribbean. But and we actually get some pretty cool looks at I don't know if it's right after this. Oh no, that's showing more story. She's talking to God damn it, what is this character's name?
It's not Elsa.
Elsa's sister. What's her name? Doesn't matter. Anyway, she's saying she has to bring Elsa home. Sora's like, whatever. I'll help you. You can do it. And then, interestingly,
They remade
Sora-
the first cutscene.
they remade the first cutscene they ever alluded to Kingdom Hearts 3 with Sora picking up Ericus's Keyblade on Destiny Isle.
Yeah,
And a lot of
boy,
people.
does it look different.
Yes.
Yeah.
It looks. I mean, it just looks. You texted me the other day about this, Addison, but the game has grown up significantly from this very cartoony look to a very realistic, or as realistic as it can be look, with a giant
almost
talking
lost
dog.
Some of its, it's almost lost some of its cartoon feel.
Right, for sure. And a lot of people theorize that this scene in general was just a tone piece and it wasn't really going to be a part of Kingdom Hearts, but now we have this confirmed that he is finding Ericus's Keyblade washed up on the shore.
And then Goofy is just a Keyblade master. Who
Yeah,
just
Goofy
to
knows
say,
everything, dude.
May your heart be your guiding key.
Goofy was alive during the Union Cross days, and he knows all this. So he says, "May your heart be your guiding key," and Sora responds with, "This will guide me," looking at the Keyblade. No, dude, he just said your heart will guide you, you idiot. Do you not listen to anything anybody says?
I mean, Sora's not the brightest guy.
Oh
we
my-
all know that.
Oh my
Oh.
God, he's so dumb sometimes. It's like, you listen to what people say to you, Sora? Ugh. Anyway, this will guide me?
He's still a kid, Mike.
Yes, he still is a kid.
He's a kid at heart also.
We get this really dope little clip of Luxord standing on a ship with the rain looking awesome.
and
it
he's got 3 earrings and he's so cool.
Yeah, Luxord's pretty cool. Wait, actually, I want to look at his facial hair real quick. Okay.
Okay,
For-
yeah, that does
For
matter.
different reasons, I wanted to look at his facial hair.
That does matter.
Yeah, I know why.
Yeah, okay. It's not like you found your 13, he says to Larxene. She goes, "Oh, we got him." And what's interesting
Yeah.
about that scene is, and this is not a pun, but everything around here is frozen.
Yeah. And Goofy's doing his trademark, I'm going to yuck you up.
Yeah, but like the characters from Frozen behind Larxene are frozen in place.
They're not moving.
They're not moving. So I don't know what the deal with that is. We go to scenes of Hayner, Pence, and Alette in their new plaid gear, their Nomura-approved plaid gear, telling Sora, hey, we're going to go to another Twilight Town and help you find Roxas. So we're definitely visiting Data Twilight Town.
Yep.
That's been confirmed here. And then now we get the cool Pirates of the Caribbean stuff I alluded to earlier with the Kraken and
boats.
I don't even know if that's the Kraken. Does the Kraken have that many tentacles?
Yeah.
That looks like a hentai monster, dude.
Same thing.
Right. It looks like, man.
Yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean is going to be so redeemed in this game, it looks like, because it was kind of rough in Cage 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good thing none of the anime women are around, because you know how hentai monsters act around anime women.
Right.
We see this cool thing where the boat like flies in the air and dives down, and Jason pointed out it takes away like 5 health bars of whatever they're fighting. So that looks pretty wild. We see some combat where Sora summons his own hentai monster. And stands in the middle of it, and it kind of made me feel uncomfortable. We see some more goofy sledding. A photo mode.
Yeah.
They show Sora taking a selfie with a Heartless.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be
kind of Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah. Well,
almost.
that's a trend in games these days. Literally every first-party PlayStation game has a photo mode in it.
Yeah.
From God of War to Spider-Man to I can't think of the name
Final Fantasy 15.
Well, that's not a first-party PlayStation game, but I can't think of the name of I have it on my shelf. Hold on.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Thank you, Horizon Zero Dawn.
I literally did not know if it was that.
It was Horizon Zero Dawn. They all have photo modes. That's like the new trend in games. Super Mario Odyssey had it, so it's not surprising that we have it here.
I always love seeing the photos people take.
And then there's just some like madness. Is this Frozen where this is happening, Jason?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
There's this giant dragon monster, and then you're on the
back. It's got the same background as when you talk to Larxene.
And then they blow up the Earth or something. I don't even know what.
There was like a dark spirit bomb that they destroyed.
I think you're right. I think it's Frozen, but part of me was like, are they back on Olympus here? Are those?
Yeah, because the designs look a lot like the Ice Titan for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, they blow up that giant rock he's holding. I don't even know. And then we're getting into more of the story stuff here. We see Secret Darkness, Ansem Secret Darkness, and he says, if he wavers from the path we lay, we destroy him. And then Zigbar responds, but then we'll have to find another vessel. And then it shows Sora talking to the Twilight Town crew. So like they're almost spying on him. And then here we get the first look of Demyx in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, but you don't get a real good look at him.
They purposely, Jason. There's a scene later where they show him where he's carrying a body, and Jason frame by framed it on his computer, and he does not open his eyes.
His eyes are closed the whole time.
You can't tell at all. I was looking at the same thing. I was trying to tell, but based on what he does, which I guess we can get to that, I question whether he's a Nort or not. But he is talking to Vexen at that point, right? Who is now a confirmed vessel.
Yes, Vexen has the yellow eyes.
We did not know about Vexen before.
Yes.
So that's another one down. Right. I thought he was one of them that woke up. And he was, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
He still, something happened. Who knows what?
Yeah.
Well, I wonder if, the 13 Darknesses thing is just like a, like it obviously matters, but they have more than that for vessels as backups. Because
could be.
It seems like a lot of these people are ending up vessels and they weren't before.
Yeah.
Well, or maybe we're wrong about like Aqua and she's not a vessel, she's just evil now. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of different things we don't know.
Yeah.
Sure.
That make this hard to really understand. But they purposely did not show us Demyx's eyes.
Yeah.
And I have to believe there's a reason for that. And he's a linchpin to something, and they don't want to play their hand with that just yet.
Or they're just trying to have more hype built up. Because they knew the only two they hadn't shown were them, and then that's like, oh, we're showing one, but we know you want to see the other one.
Right. So then we have this scene where there's a character taking off their hood, and this was in the original trailer, and a lot of people said, this is Xion, this is Xion, this is Xion. But now it's confirmed that it is Replica Riku. Riku Replica. And
apparently that bromance that he and the real Riku had didn't work out or something.
Right.
And we don't know what happened with that, but this is clearly a different Riku design on purpose, and that's why I believe they showed that scene with Riku early on in the trailer, because They didn't want people to think that this was the real Riku.
Yeah.
Sure.
And that we were wondering kind of, well, is Demyx the bad guy for the Big Hero 6 world? And it's now based on what Sora's wearing in this confrontation. We got to think it's Repliku.
Yeah,
Right.
he's wearing the visor and all
Right.
that stuff.
When there's not a world for like Demyx now, at least that we like have confirmed.
I don't think we've seen the last of worlds being confirmed.
Right, yeah. And then same thing with Vexen, right? Demyx
Yeah,
and
and
Vexen.
that doesn't mean everybody has to have a world they're in, right?
That's just the trend, yeah.
Yeah. That in Kingdom Hearts 2 it was kind of like that, but then at the end you just fought like a 4 or 5 of them in a row and
Yeah,
they have
I
their
think
own world.
when we were talking about that with the whole chess scene, how it's like, and the whole line with Vanitas saying, only after battle, I kind of hope that they do a kind of like KH2 style where like this whole world is kind of just like a boss run.
Yeah.
Because I that was one of my favorite parts.
And I don't think you're
And
going to
still
defeat
is.
any of these darknesses before the end, because it's supposed to be
Yeah.
this all-out Keyblade War, and we'll touch on that in a minute. Now we're on the scene where we see Ventus with Vanitas kind of perched over his throne there, saying, what am I going to do
Yeah.
with you, brother?
And no longer in the Chamber of Waking.
Yeah,
At least it doesn't look like it anymore.
It doesn't look like the Chamber of Awakening anymore.
No, it looks like it's been converted back to the what was that world
Land of
called
Departure.
before? Yeah, the Land of Departure.
Definitely. So something's going on there. And then we get to fucking edgy-ass Aqua.
Oh, yeah.
All that's left in my heart is misery and despair, and I want you to feel it as she swipes her Keyblade. And I got to tell you, Addison, the first time I saw this scene when I first watched this trailer, I was immediately rock hard at this point.
I really wanted to feel it.
Because you know Aqua is my waifu for lifeu, and I love how sweet and adorable she is, but I'm also kind of digging this like dominatrix-y, bad girl kind of thing. I kind of want her to step on me.
She wants you to feel it.
Right, and I want to feel it. And we see another scene with Aqua pretty shortly here that I wonder what the deal with that is.
Yeah, it's because you get all these scenes here with no real idea at what point in the game these are going to occur.
Yeah.
And there seems to be, I think everybody was theorizing before that this whole Aqua thing, when it was first, revealed that she was fallen to darkness, that would be early in the game.
Yeah.
And I bought that, but now we're seeing other scenes in this trailer where Sora's reaching for her, or you see where she's fighting the Terra darkness monster. It's like, wow, okay, so there's going to be a lot going on with Aqua in this game, and when are these things going to occur? Is she going to be brought back to the light by Sora? I mean, who knows? These trailers that they're laying the groundwork with just leave so much open possibilities. It's like, what's going to happen?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and who knows how long the game is, dude? It might be super long.
Yeah.
I got to believe so, man. I mean, they're bringing... It seems like they're doing so much fanfare, and I wonder if in the end it's going to be too much, bringing everybody back into the mix. You know what I mean?
Right, definitely. And we'll talk about that later because we got some cool cover art to talk about that they released, which looks awesome. Now we're on a scene where it's very similar to the Kingdom Hearts 2 secret movie with Xehanort walking in the distance, and he's very faded. And you see
this has to be towards the end.
Right. This is the Keyblade War scenario, I'm guessing. And then it cuts to, like you talked about just a second ago, Addison, with Aqua, not Norded, not evil, fighting the Terra demon or whatever you want to call him that Secret Darkness usually has behind him. And this is where the trailer really gets like choppy and it
It's
just cuts,
real
cuts.
Yeah.
Really crazy.
Yeah. So I'm trying to keep up and pause it as I get stuff, and so that because then we're back to that scene we saw Kairi and Lee wherever they're training. And she's pointing at her head, and I gotta believe, Addison, she's saying, "I got it memorized." Or got it memorized.
That was my thought as well.
As I've paused this, though, I'm looking at Lee, and there's a scene a couple cuts later where you see tears streaking down his cheek. He doesn't look happy in this scene.
No,
the where I have it paused, he looks like he's been crying. His eyes are a little red.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
To me, right in this picture, he kind of looks like Lu Bu from Dynasty Warriors. I don't know why.
Saying what everybody looks like.
I don't know why. He does. Like the hairline, just how the hair flares back. I don't know. Like
Lubu was pretty dope. He was
Lubu
kind
is
of-
dope.
Okay, so now the next scene.
Lubu Xehanort.
The next scene, yeah, Lubu is Norded, confirmed. Next scene is the Demyx scene we talked about earlier, where he's bringing some sort of body
It looks like he's carrying a body out of the darkness.
and his eyes are closed the whole time. And then right in front of him is a white mane of hair, which I believe is Sexy Zexy, but
yeah, it looks like it's Zexian.
because it's in the same kind of Hollow Bastion,
The computer room.
the computer room.
The computer room where he
Right.
seems to be posted up.
Right. And then right after that is a very interesting scene to me. Because
Oh, yeah.
they show Sexy Zexy, his head's bowed, he looks upset. Someone in an organization cloak comes forward and puts his hand on him. And
But
my
I don't
first
think
thought
he's
was
from the organization.
yes, my first thought was Luxord, but then Jason said, "Well, look at that facial hair. That doesn't look like Luxord."
No,
And
he
he's
doesn't have
right.
the soul.
No, he's right. I think that is Ansem the Wise.
That's
back.
Diz.
Yeah.
That's Diz.
Yeah, it's definitely Diz.
And that makes sense
And
because
that must be. I think that's who Demyx was carrying out of the darkness.
really okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I could see that.
Because he was lost in there and he didn't even remember his name when he
Right.
was talking to Aqua
Yep.
in one of those.
And
Um,
Zexian, I could see Zexian feeling this way when he finally sees him because they had a very close relationship according to
Yeah.
Birth by Sleep. Because Zexian was a much younger kid, and they'd walk around eating ice cream together, that
Right.
kind of stuff. So him saying something like I failed you, Ansem," and he goes, "No, you didn't," and puts his, like that's the kind of scene I'm picturing
Yeah.
when I see this.
sure.
Meanwhile, there is like text going on over all this, talking about the Keyblade War secrets, but there's just so many cuts that we're not even really talking about that right now.
And I think it's kind of harder as like an English viewer watching this because, like, if you're Japanese,
Yeah, you're trying to figure out what to look at.
Well, I'm just saying, like, for like an audio wise, like that voice for like the Japanese viewer is like, oh, that is like Ansem's voice. You know what I mean? Whereas we don't have that.
Right, we're
audio
not connected with the
recognition.
voice actor, the
Yeah.
Japanese voice actor, unless it's someone like Mickey Mouse or Hades. where
Yeah,
it's a
or
very
something really
specific,
obvious.
like cadence they talk in. Even in Japanese, it's hard for us to know who's
Yeah.
talking. Even. So the next scene is Twilight Town's clock tower. Axel sitting on the edge, turning and looking surprised to Syax walking towards him.
Yeah.
And these two have a very different relationship. That
Has Syax been confirmed as Norded or not?
yes,
Yeah, he was back
in
at
Dream Drop Distance.
Dream Drop.
Oh, okay.
Yep. In Dream Drop Distance, he's one of the few that's there with them when you fight young Xehanort.
Okay, yeah.
Because he and Axel have their little standoff. Well,
Right.
Oh yeah, when Axel comes and saves.
And
Sora.
I really think these two are going to come to a conclusion on their troubled relationship. Hopefully, I don't know how that's going to end, but it really seems like that's going to be a big part of Lee's storyline here. Is
Maybe he has this happen, something bad goes down, and then he goes and cries about it to Kyrie.
It's possible. It's possible. And we're balls deep in 358 right now.
Yeah.
And so we're really getting into that relationship because that's a lot of what 358 is about, is them like passive aggressively working against each other and reminiscing about how they were friends and now they're no longer. So we'll see how that goes. So then we have someone covering their face with their hand and they have white hair.
I'm pretty sure that's just confirmed as Terranort.
Yeah,
it's
that's what I
Terranort.
thought. It looks like Terranort.
He has the
Like tan skin.
the tan skin, and it looks like that he has such a girl hairstyle. Like, you know how girls put their hair up and they take their bangs and they pull them back? And then they have the long hair going down. He has like a feminine hairstyle, and I've never noticed it till right now.
It's definitely.
I kind of
different
thought of it
than
as just like
Xemnas and Ansem.
like an anime hairstyle where it's like it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But that's definitely. I mean, if it is Terra Nort, that's interesting. How does he come to be?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. There's a lot of that. And then there's this shit, I went too far. There's this really interesting scene with
Not
Vanitas.
Norded Terra. Or not Norded
Vanitas
Aqua.
standing over not Norded Terra, and it looks like they're in the land
Aqua.
of departure. Or I said Terra. I meant
I
Aqua.
also said Terra.
We're stupid.
Yeah, there's like a lot of electricity.
Yeah, or like a
something,
shield or something, but it looks like they're in the land of departure. It could possibly be Olympus based on the architecture, but to me it looks like the land of departure.
Yeah, it kind of looks like... I'm not sure if we're inside or if we're outside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we might be, like, inside some type of bubble.
Yeah,
but, like,
it
we're
looks like a
outside on
honeycomb
one of
kind of
those...
bubbling.
Outside on one of those platforms, like, where you fight Ericus in the game.
Yeah. I don't know, but he's ready to plunge his Keyblade deep into Aqua.
Aren't we all?
Yeah, well, I can relate.
We can get into... This sounds like it's straight out of a fanfic.
I can relate. May my heart be my guiding key, you know what I mean? So, and again, this what you talked about earlier, Addison, where we don't know the order of events here. This could be the beginning of the game. This could be Sora already saved Aqua, and then she's fighting good. And, you know, there's just a lot of reason or a lot of places this could fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it looks
Aqua
like...
is going to be definitely major player in
Yep.
this game, which is awesome because, you know, she's the #1 girl.
She is best bae 2019. But it looks like Vanitas does get his somewhat revenge on Aqua here. And then they show the scene of Aqua reaching out to Sora and Sora grabbing her hand.
That's definitely in the intro.
You think that's just like a cut from like
That's
the
in the intro movie, yeah.
Okay. It does look pretty good. But all of this looks pretty good. It's hard to know.
Yeah, but like I'm just saying that's like the theme of like the intro movies is like somebody
I guess I could see that.
somebody falling into the water, like people reaching hands out, they can't reach, but or like sometimes they do finally. I think it's in the intro movie.
So
I believe that.
Yeah. Next scene is it looks like Sora doing a dive into Ventus's heart to me. They got the stained glass. What's interesting about this, and I don't know if this, and this would be real easy for them to do, but Sora's holding the Kingdom Key. Which if we take that at face value to me, that's the beginning of the game. But they could have just put in whatever Keyblade they wanted.
Yeah.
But
also, you can see that there's like the 3 wayfinders, but it looks like there's like a 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's 3 in view there, and then there's 3 more circles. But Ventus is covering up 2 of them. And Sora's just be the middle one.
It might just be that it's a pattern where it's like red, blue, and then in the middle is green or something. But
yeah, interesting. So we're moving on from that, and we're on the scene where we have Sora and Kairi sitting on Destiny Island.
Yeah,
on the old tree.
Their honeymoon.
No Riku.
No Riku, yeah, that's a good point.
And I was just saying, I think I don't know that Riku's gonna make it to the end of this game.
It could. This is what I'm thinking. They're sitting there, and he's trying to share the Paopu fruit, and then you just hear like Riku. He's like, "Hey guys," and then like runs up, kind of like a whole like what they've done in like KH1 and KH2, where it's like there'll be 2 of them, and then one of them like comes up.
Yeah, I don't know.
Could be.
I don't know. Well, I think it's interesting they showed this scene without Riku, though.
Yeah.
And then we got, right after, big teardrops falling from Lee's face. Best Boy's face. And you know all the Kingdom Hearts women fans on the internet are freaking out about this. Because
about Best Boy.
Lee is Best Boy to all them. So don't ever show me a scene of Aqua crying or I'm going to be real upset. But he's crying, and it's in the same area where him and Kairi are.
It's kind of got that lighting, and it looks very similar.
The vegetation behind him, and it looks like it's in that area. And then the final shot of this trailer.
Best boy.
Ooh, he's my best boy. Best boy.
Best boy Roxas. Oh shoot!
With the Oblivion.
Yeah.
With the Oblivion.
Best Keyblade.
And pulls down that hood and goes, "Shut up." Shut up. Shut up. But he's back. And you know
he's in a hood. He's in a hood.
So
well, and I'm trying to pick out where this is because it's like
a
rubble.
Strange background.
I feel like it could be like rubble near like the Keyblade graveyard,
That's
or
the vibe it kind of gives off.
yeah,
You know
or
what
it
I
could
think
be
it
like
is?
it could be like Data Twilight Town's like breaking down or some shit, and he's just been
I think
there.
it's France, and it's the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
No.
Dear God, no. This is the Ratatouille world.
This is where Roxas has been hiding with Quasimodo because he has sanctuary.
Oh God.
Oh man, so that's the trailer. Pretty wild. Lot
Yeah,
to
top
unpack and a lot to talk about with it. And a lot we just can't answer right now. There's just so much that's just insane about this trailer.
There's always more questions than answers.
And yes, and you know what? I think we're gonna leave this game probably still with a lot of questions.
That's my concern. Is
Yeah.
like, that's gonna be so jam packed. Is it really going to, because
Not until you buy the
I feel
season
like-
pass.
it's almost Nomura's like MO with this series at this point to just like kind of give you some. All right, well here's what happens. You can kind of figure out the details of why and how yourself. You know what I mean? That's
Right.
kind of like
Well,
the whole
that's
theme
been
of Kingdom Hearts.
Square's MO for a while. They don't like to completely tie things up for you. They want to make it a discussion piece. They want people talking about what it is, like what you think happened. They want you guys to take their art and make it your own by talking about it and figuring it out. Nomura's the king of that. Final Fantasy 15 was pretty open-ended. A lot of the stuff he works on is that way. So I think we're going to get some open-endedness, and then I think we're going to get it won't be Kingdom Hearts 4, but whatever the next side story is in Kingdom Hearts is coming after that,
Yeah.
Sure.
Anyway, so that kind of wraps up the trailer, what we're talking about. I want to talk about this cover art. Okay.
The one that contains like every character known
Right.
to Kingdom Hearts ever.
Poor Nominee. She's all by herself. Everyone's in trios.
Yeah.
You got Sora, Kairi, Riku, Donald, Goofy, Mickey, Shion, Roxas, Axel, Ventus, Aqua, Terra, and then Nominee's just like she's
Nominee and the cat behind Ventus, whatever that cat's doing.
Wait, what?
There's a cat. See him to the left of Ventus? He's sitting on that ledge. I can't zoom in, otherwise I'd show you.
I don't.
There's a cat, dude, and he's like, meow.
Oh, I see him.
Right,
Yeah, he's
yeah.
like barely there.
Right. No, and what's weird, you bring that up, this is like kind of side thing, but you bring that up about Nominee, and it's weird because the intention in Kingdom Hearts 2 was that Roxas and Nominee were Kairi and Sora, right?
Right.
But then they brought Shion into it.
And
I don't-
Shion's also Sora.
And well, Shion's more Kairi than Sora,
yeah.
in that relationship, and then Axel's Riku, right?
Yeah.
And that's
Sure.
so Nominee has been kind of cast aside, and because there's that scene at the end of Kingdom Hearts 2 where,
Has Nominee been in a trailer? I don't think she has.
I don't think so.
actually.
We haven't seen new Nominee, I don't think.
No, you're right. But in Kingdom Hearts 2, there's that scene towards the end before you like go chasing after the Zen Mist Dragon, where Kairi and Sora are talking, and they turn into Nominee and Roxas, and it's playing like the sad music, and you know what I mean. And it's
Yeah.
like, oh, Nominee and Roxas will be together again someday.
They're like, we're together anytime.
Right.
Anytime Sora and Kairi
Like
are
they were these
together.
best friends, but they never really, according to the other content, the other side games, they never really even had that relationship. So I think that's
Right.
he's pivoted on that quite a bit, and it makes me wonder what exact role Nominee has to play anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, it kind of, this cover art is really cool. I really like how it looks.
I like the star that's shining down like Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah,
Yeah, where are they? I don't.
Yeah.
Is that like?
that's
it
the
doesn't
question.
Really look like the world that never was. what it could be. I don't know where that is.
It's very
It could be a more detailed world that never was.
It could be.
Could be.
It's very like Peter Pan, like
because the clock
Gothic like architecture. You know, they have that clock tower, but then it's also got like a space needle on it, and I don't know. It's just it's a very strange setting. I don't know where exactly that is, and it might be just a new place we've never been to before.
Yeah.
But I just think it's a really cool cover art. The only thing it's missing is Kingdom Hearts itself, like shining at the top of the.
Yeah.
You know.
I guess this is the only like one that hasn't like really like teased the whole concept of Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
It hasn't been a big part in the trailers, at least. I mean, they've talked about completing Kingdom Hearts, but I don't know. Maybe Kingdom Hearts will be something different this time. First it was a door, now
There'll be a fourth one.
Then it was a moon, then it was a portal in the sky. Now it's gonna be a.
Then it was an actual just Keyblade.
Then now it's gonna be an apple. The delicious Kingdom Hearts.
Now it's gonna be
apple.
an app on your phone. Kingdom Hearts.
It's an experience.
Did we lose Addison?
Yeah. Did we lose Addison?
No,
again?
I'm here.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
here.
He just didn't like any of our jokes.
Yeah. They're all shit. Fuck.
Damn. Yeah, we suck.
Disliked.
Yeah.
God
So
damn it.
I just wanted to talk about the box art for a second, and I think it's pretty cool looking. It's cool that they're showing us that early.
That gargoyle kind of looks like the soldier Heartless.
Yeah, kind of. I see that.
Does it have like a hat on or something? I'm not looking at it right now.
Yeah, it's got like a hat on or something weird like that. Finally, the last thing I kind of wanted to talk about today is Kingdom Hearts VR. Addison, what the fuck is this?
Why did you do this, Addison?
I don't know, man. It seemed like a good idea at the time. I was a little drunk.
Oh,
Me and Nomura were out for a couple drinks.
Okay.
Next thing I know, PlayStation VR is in the mix.
Next
and
thing I know,
God, it
I'm
looks like
in the
awful.
game.
yeah. And I don't entirely understand what it is because they're showing a lot of different parts of Kingdom Hearts,
Like,
and there's no
cutscenes.
way you can play through the Kingdom Hearts games in VR. I think
Yeah.
it's like collecting different experiences from Kingdom Hearts and putting together in a VR thing.
Yeah.
Um,
It's like, okay, you can't have it as cutscenes,
right.
like because
And then the scene they show, the first part of him awkwardly, slowly swinging a Keyblade is in like Mickey's library. And I
yeah.
don't know where that other part is. Do you recognize that? Mickey's library, and then
That's the Land of Departure.
Land of Departure. So, and then it shows all the titles in the series. I just don't understand what this trailer is and what
Yeah.
this is.
I don't know. It's weird because it's like you can't have it as like a cutscene thing. Like, oh, you just want to watch the cutscenes in VR, right? Because if you're playing as one of the characters or whatever, you're like someone's gonna be talking, but you can't see them because you are them, right? Like if you
Right.
play it as
Yeah,
Sora.
that's awkward. Well, and like most of the cutscenes are pre-rendered, so I don't know how they would even do that.
That's true.
I guess I don't know what this is, and that it's weird to me. And
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, is it supposed to come out before Kingdom Hearts 3?
they haven't announced anything about when or why or anything like that. But I just wanted to talk about it for a second because I felt like it was worth mentioning because
Yeah.
what the frick, you know?
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but
Yeah.
it certainly doesn't look as good as Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah. Speaking of not good in Kingdom Hearts, let's talk about the stupid key mini games. The key that's Kingdom. Fucking A, man.
I haven't played
finished
them.
it, finally.
Yeah. What I did find out thanks to Addison is that I thought it was just a high score you had to get one time.
Oh, it's
And-
just all your
and
scores
it's just all your
combined.
scores combined. So I'll probably
Yeah.
eventually do it.
It's just a
You
grind.
can play each game as often or as many times as you want
Okay,
to get
so-
up to that score.
So, for the people that don't know, you play the fucking mini games, and then you get a Keyblade in Kingdom Hearts 3 for playing the mini games, right?
Right.
Okay.
So when you
Yeah,
say
what-
for people that
was
don't
it-
know, did you mean yourself?
No. I knew. But also, I have a question about it though.
Okay.
So it's in Union, right?
Yes.
Can you just
it's like
okay?
the starter Keyblade in Union Cross.
Okay.
So-
I've never played Union, right? If I just downloaded it right now and started playing, could I just play the minigames automatically, or would I
Yes.
have to get to a certain
Yes.
point?
So here's what I did wrong.
So I can just download it and just play it.
Yeah. Here's
Okay.
what I did wrong. So it's the menu where you go to do it. It's called like 3 something. What is it called, Addison?
Yeah,
3 key something, but not
Something,
key like KEY. Key like the fucking symbol,
Like the X.
the X. And I thought you had to download the whole fucking game to do it. And I had the game before, and I'd played it, but I didn't like make an account, I guess. So I made a new account and downloaded the whole game, played through the tutorial, and I said, wait a minute, how the fuck do I do this? And then I found out you could do it from the main menu, and I didn't have to do any of that.
No. What's the third thing?
Huh?
You said it's like a 3 key thing, so it's like the
No, that's what it's
minigames?
called. That's the name of it, and I don't know
Oh.
what that means, so I didn't click that and go, oh, here's where the Classic Kingdom games are.
Yeah, it takes you to like a different
weird.
menu where you can select.
What's the best minigame?
the best one is either
I think the hot
food
dog one.
the food one, or the one where you beat the cats over the head with the mallet.
What the fuck? Is it like whack-a-mole?
It's like
Yeah, kind of.
it's kind of like it's rhythm based, because there's 4 lanes and you
That come
control
down.
Mickey and Sora,
Yeah.
and they come down and you're like beep boop beep.
Okay.
The food one's my favorite because you get to cook hot dogs and feed them to Goofy and Donald and Mickey,
Ah.
and I've always wanted to do that. So,
I wonder if that will be in the VR experience.
yes, if that's in the VR experience, I'm buying a PSVR right away.
Worth the money right there.
I want to feed those those hungry animals hot dogs.
Order up, and you just throw it at him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, thanks, Sora.
Yeah, those games. It was kind of brutal. I finished it this past weekend, and the egg collecting one is just awful.
Yeah.
It's the worst. But
And I
made it
love
through.
eggs, but I couldn't do it. What I don't understand, Addison, because you remember they released a trailer for the Classic Kingdom games, and they
Yeah.
like showed Sora in Twilight Town going, "Hey guys, look at this," and then he'd like pull out the fucking Game and Watch or whatever and play it. So are those games gonna be in the game too?
That's what it seems like. It's
So-
like the same games. So I don't know why.
So you
Why
wanna-
did they do this beforehand?
So I couldn't. I wouldn't have to. I could just play it in Kingdom
You don't
Hearts
get
3.
the new Keyblade though.
Yeah, because to get the Keyblade, well, I mean, who knows? They
Yeah, you
could do
might be
something,
able
but-
to.
But the way it works right now on the phone is you finish it, and then you can, I believe you can maybe, I don't know if you have to connect it to an account or not. I think it just gives you like a purchase code for the store, like whether it be
Yeah, you
the
pick
PlayStation
Xbox or
store, the
PlayStation.
Xbox store,
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
and then you'll just go onto your console and download it from the store as additional content.
Yep. So I got to get to work on that so we can have it for our playthrough, so Jason doesn't cry at me about we don't have the Keyblade. Do you think is it?
I mean, I can do it.
Do you think it's a Keyblade, like with its own transformations and stuff, or do you think it's just like a skin for a Keyblade we're already gonna get?
I want to believe the former, but I'm pretty sure it's just going to be a skin.
Yeah, I think so too.
Dang it!
But
It's the
and
skin for
it's
the Ultima.
The key itself, it's that's not the Star Seeker. What is it? It's the
Starlight, I think.
Starlight, and that's a key that's a Keyblade that's prominently used in Union Cross.
Is it like the starter one?
Isn't it?
It's the starter one, is what it is,
Right.
pretty much.
Oh, so you could basically have that instead of Kingdom Key, which is like one of the most iconic ones. What the fuck?
Right.
Right. Yeah. So
That's
Weird.
probably what it is.
yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess this is gonna wrap up our show today. Addison, do you have any final thoughts on any of the trailers or anything? Anything you wanted to, that we didn't touch on that you want to say?
No, I'm just curious as to how many more trailers they can even push out on this thing.
13.
I mean, 13. There you go. I guess if they want to stick with conspiracy theory type stuff, go for 13.
Okay.
But I don't know how much more I want to see, to be honest.
Right, that's true. From what I hear and what I've read, the rumor is there is going to be more shown at Tokyo Game Show next week.
Okay.
I think they said the 25th. So we might be getting another trailer next week. I don't know. That's what I've heard.
I hope it doesn't break the internet like Aquanor did.
Yeah, I don't need to see like, if they reveal another world and they want to show me a trailer for that, I'm definitely down with that. I do not want to see another character that I love get Norted. You know,
I don't even care.
yeah.
I just don't want to see like
I don't want Roxas to turn around and go, "Hey,
No,
Sora,
shut up."
You know, shut up, Sora. I'm Norded. You know, I
Sure.
My
think-
recommended is just full of Kingdom Hearts YouTubers, and that shit got fucking clickbaited so much. Like Aqua Norded. Like I remember I had like 5 videos in a row in my recommended that was just Aqua's face and she's Norded. And I was like, oh my god. Like
Yeah.
not even all the same YouTubers. Like maybe like 2 of them were from the same YouTuber. But,
HMK.
HMK. But like all the other ones were just from different YouTubers, and it's just all
Well, yeah, it was
Aqua's
a big deal,
Norded.
man. Everybody freaked out about it.
right. I just
she's
don't
Best
want
Bae.
that. I don't want that again.
Well, I don't think it's going to happen again because there's only one Best Bay, and it's Aqua. Anyway, Jason, do you have any other final thoughts?
Um,
I'm going to take that as a no.
No, I
don't. So, thank you guys so much for listening and watching. If there's another trailer next week, we'll get together and do this again. We love talking about Kingdom Hearts. We want to know what you guys think of these trailers, and if there's something you noticed that we didn't cover here, let us know. And I'd like to. I am not the master of masters. I do not know everything
That
about
is
Kingdom
Addison.
Hearts. That's Addison. He's the master of masters. Thank you.
Hardly.
Thank you, Master of Masters Addison, for coming on and talking to us about Kingdom Hearts. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, no problem.
Jason, thank you. Even though I have you at gunpoint doing this,
yeah.
but thank you for being
I'm
here.
tied down.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next time. May your heart be your guiding key.
Yes.
How
Love it.
May your heart be your guiding key, Sora.